Hey everybody, welcome to day 27. It's much later in the day that I typically am showing up, but I had a crazy day and it started with momentum. It was pushed through with momentum. And here I am at the end of the day, totally different energy out here. It's breezy, it's beautiful, different kind of lighting, and it is what it is. So I wanted to just pop on because that is the level of commitment, right? We committed to at least showing up for ourselves as many days of the month as we can. And I'm showing up. So had a long, hard day, lots of driving, lots of hard work, but I know that my body and my mind and my spirit will feel much better with even just 10 minutes on the mat. So we're going to start on our backs. We may end up on our backs. We may never leave our backs. All right, hug your knees to your chest. Oh, whew. I was thinking about this video on my drive home today, and a couple of weeks ago, I spoke about the yamas, and those are sort of the moral codes in which we go about our life and interact with other people. Tee out your arms, keep your knees bent. Let's drop the knees to the left. And then the second limb of yoga are the niyamas, and the niyamas are our own personal codes, our own personal guidelines and ethics in which we live our life for ourselves. And I was thinking about some of the niyamas, and I'll dive into those in a podcast probably next Monday. So the 30 days will be over, but if you have subscribed to my channel, you'll get a notification when the podcast pops up. Feel that twist. Beautiful. Come back to center, drop your knees to the left, turn to the right. Well, the niyamas are good. It's all good, but santosha is a niyama that interprets and simply means contentment. That can we find contentment even on the days that feel momentum and chaotic? Can we find contentment with just what is in our life, in our present life? One more breath here. Come back up. Drop your feet to the mat. Open your knees wide. Let the soles of your feet come together, and just pause here in this butterfly on our back. Saucha relates to cleanliness and purity. And so having clean body, clean thoughts, clean mind, clean food, our environment, tidy and organized. Svadhyaya is another niyama that is a self-study, a reflection inward. Who do I want to become? How will I continue to grow as a human being? Tapas is this burning intention within us, to have an intention every day and to have a fire within us. Close the knees, extend the right leg to the sky. You can hold on to that leg or just let it float up. And then the last one is very hard to pronounce. I would need to see the word to be able to pronounce it well. Make a figure four stretch and just let the hip open. So this might be enough for you. And if it's enough, just drop your knees, both legs over to the left just a little bit. If you'd like a little bit more, lift up the left foot and come into a deeper stretch for the right cheek. I'm going to stay with a little softer version tonight and keep my left foot down, but I'm still going to tip over to the left just a bit to get a stretch through that piriformis muscle, which is the thing that hurts most of us. It's a little egg-shaped muscle underneath the gluteus medius. So the last one that I can't pronounce very well unless I'm looking at it really relates to sort of a belief and a surrender to something outside of ourselves, a surrendering of our angst and our troubles to something outside of ourselves. Uncross the leg, take the left leg to the sky, and these niyamas are something that we will look at a little closer, as I said in the podcast, and how do we practice on the yoga mat purity and cleanliness, self-study, tapas, contentment, and surrender. So I'll go through that on the podcast, but just something to think about when we think about living this lifestyle. Take the left foot and cross it over the right knee. You will, I won't. So I'm just going to bend my left knee because I'm not able to externally rotate. And then tick tock just a little bit over to the right. It should feel nice. And so as we continue on this 30-day journey together, it's my hope and intent. Come back to center, lift both legs up, hold on to them, and just support as the energy comes back. All the steps we took today, just let it come on back. It's my hope and my intent that we'll continue to think about how to live the lifestyle off the mat. Doesn't mean we have to come to the mat every day for the rest of our life, although it is good. But how do we live this mindfulness and this watching of our thoughts? Bend your knees, lower your feet. Lift the hips up to the sky. Get a nice bridge. Squeeze the buns. Feel the opening here. And then lower. Roll onto one side. Let's take just a few stretches. Sitting upright. Bring the right foot into the inner thigh. If you're in a chair, you will simply extend the left leg straight. Keep the right knee bent. We're going to turn towards the left leg and just sort of spill over the left leg. How can we continue to go forward living this method and this practice, this philosophy, especially during the harder times of our life? That's when we really fall into the old way of being, the old habits of reacting and shutting down and becoming anxious and angry. And it's my hope, come on up, bring your left hand to the inside, reach your right hand to the sky, that we've learned some tools here, that we've learned maybe some different ways to show up when life becomes hard. Take your right hand down onto the mat, bring your left hand across the right knee, take a big breath in and spin to the right. Come on back around and let's do the other side. I'm so excited. Can't do it. Extend your right leg, bend your left knee and place your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. And then you will spill over your right leg. I came home from work today after a really long day. I think I drove 250 miles. Saw 4 assisted living homes. It was a really hard day. And I typically will go for a walk first thing and then turn on the water for the garden and start to nurture and just kind of ground myself and be present. Come on up, take your right hand to the inside, left arm to the sky. And I peeked at my acorn squash patch. And lo and behold, I reached down to touch one of the dark green acorn squashes that looked mighty much like one you'd see in a grocery store. Lower your left hand, bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee, take a breath, spin to the left, and it popped off the vine. So guess what I'm having for dinner tonight? A homegrown acorn squash. Spin back to front, make your legs shaped like mine. Legs go wide, hinge forward. So nice. Acorn squash for dinner. Little meatloaf on the side. It's going to be delicious. Close your legs, reach up to the sky, grab your left arm, pull, reach back up, grab your right arm, pull, come back. We will finish our practice with 3 quarter sun salutations. They'll be half suns, but we're going to stay on the ground. Breath in, spill over your legs, forward fold. Rebuild your spine. Get to the top, lower your shoulders. 2 more, inhale up. Exhale, spill over your legs. Inhale, rise. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, spill. Let's stay spilled for a couple breaths. Slowly rise up. Not necessarily something that I wanted to do today. I wasn't super keen on getting on the yoga mat after a long day, but I have to say I feel better. I feel both invigorated to get me through the dinner hour, but I also feel very grounded and settled. So just know it can be done any time of day. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I'm hoping that you have got that through these 27 days. All right, take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Day 28 coming at you tomorrow. Be well. Have a great night. Bye.